support of others was huge,
Mhm.
and meeting you and meeting my Gresham and, all the other
Yeah.
ladies. And, um,
But even though like, so maybe that will probably start like maybe the end of
right,
the year or next year. I'm sure they're gonna like get it going again. I
right,
can't imagine that they would not want to do it because I think
right.
they were having success with it. So I bet you it'll come back around. Um, but I do feel like we need to like do more like Zooms or something.
I Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey
Yeah, like,
Lauren.
I mean, I love the team swag. I mean,
Yeah,
I
what do you think um like if I had like just even like team swag that people could buy and
well, so
then
I was thinking like that woman on Etsy that did the sweatshirts and t-shirts. Like, did
well,
you have
like
to hire her for that, or
say that again?
the sweatshirts that the Nail Republic
Yeah.
sweatshirts time? Um, like, did you have to hire her to make that, or
Yeah, and like I had to make a certain like an amount. But I was talking to Jessie Duncan about this and she was like, she might have somebody that I could actually have like a website and then people could just go to the website and order whatever they want,
yeah,
which would be nice. And then I kind of thought, oh, if we did that, then maybe what we could do is like for team ranks, it
yeah,
could be like, ooh, for team leaders, you get this, or for directors, you get that. You know what I
right,
mean? But then everybody could be on the same page. And like, if you wanted to get something for your team leader, you could be like, oh,
hmm,
I'm just going to go there and I'll, you know what I mean? I'll send it to her.
right.
And it makes it easy. But then, like, when we saw each other and we all had that whatever on, like, people would know, oh my God, like, you're a team leader. You know what I mean? And part of like a community.
I like that because I mean, I wear mine all the time,
I do too. Like,
and like even the sweatshirt that says Team Nail Republic on it, the white one.
mhm.
I think I was in Kohl's and she's like, "Oh, do you sell Color Street?" I go, "Yeah, you know." She goes, "I do too," and I was like, "Oh, like what team are you?" And of course, I had no idea, but
Yeah.
um, it's so much bigger. But it was kind of funny that wearing it and someone kind of picked up on it a little bit.
Yeah. So,
But
all right, I'm gonna look into it. Because I think it would be nice if we could just do it where it's just there. Because I really don't
right,
want to have to take like orders and stuff like that. I just don't think I have the brain capacity.
right,
So if we're gonna do it, I just kind of want to do it so that it's there and people can just order whatever they want. But I'm gonna ask her if there's like a way that we could do it where like people wouldn't necessarily see like the swag that you would get for like your rank because I don't know, I kind of feel like
do
that
we
would
have any
kind of like,
graphic designers or anything? Like, I mean, I'm trying to think, like, what's
but I'm
the
like wondering though if like can she like just like hide it or
I
something?
did, yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
Or
something.
change the color or something of it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so I'm gonna look into that for Team Swag.
Mm,
Um, and then what other things like would people be interested in doing like a team call? You know what I mean? Whether it be like even if we just said like once a week. And I agree with the fact that it would be nice to do it this like the same time, like every
right,
single week at the same day. But I do have that feeling of, well, if you're doing the call, you should be able to do it when it works for you though too. You know what I
right,
mean? Because like for the Elite 300, it was kind of like, well, we all of our schedules all over the place. Not only that, but we've got people across the U.S. Right? So, Miriam might be like, well, 9 p.m. works for me, but that's Pacific Standard Time. That's midnight for me. It's kind of like, well, it is kind of what it is. But um, how about if we did like if we were going to do team trainings, so it's kind of fair for the person that's doing the training. How about if we did it like, there's only 4 weeks in a month. If you picked your week and said, okay, I'm going to do Tuesday at 8, even if the next week the person said, well, I can do Thursday at noontime. But if we had a calendar and for the team, and the team just knew, okay, so-and-so is going to be going on live, or maybe like via Zoom being streamed in live.
I don't really know how Zoom works, like really.
Yeah, I'm wondering, I mean, not that I couldn't be on like with you guys in doing the Zoom, but
That's a lot on
I may
you
not be
too.
available.
Like,
We
I
could
mean-
always just do live on the team page though, too. I was just thinking for like recording,
right.
but we don't have to.
I mean,
Kate, Lauren,
just like,
jump in whenever you want to. Let me know what your thoughts are on all this.
like, I think if it's a regular team call, like, are we gonna have a specific topic for it? Or is it more
Yeah.
like, let's chat, what are you having trouble with?
Well, it could be any and all of that, right? So it could be like, oh my God, I have a new party template. Like Lauren shared like all those graphics. Like that would have been a great team training of, hey, I have all this stuff. This is what I am doing. But instead of just adding all the graphics, she could have come on live and said, here's all my stuff, right? Like, and this is what I did, because then she could have answered questions live, you know what I mean?
Right.
But sharing stuff like that, like even doing like power hours, like we did that power hour it was a long time ago, but we came on Zoom, we chatted for like 15 minutes. We talked about how we were going to message a certain amount of people to grab parties. I told everybody, take 15 minutes, put on music, reach out to as many people as you can. And I said, I'll give you another Zoom link. Let's hop back on. And remember, like that second Zoom, people were like getting parties booked. They're like, oh my God, I just got a message. And it was fun. Like it was like a fun interactive one. Something like that. Talk about recruiting, social media, Trello, SyncShare. I mean, think about all the stuff that we could do. You know what I mean?
It's funny that you say like doing it live, you know, with people, because I literally just did that for work at the bank.
Yeah.
We had, like had our Zoom meeting and we had call night, and it was basically we had an equity promotion. So it was like, okay, like, oh, Sandwich got a promotion. Oh, Marshfield got like it was kind of fun and it was interactive and exciting.
Yeah.
So I do like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe make it a team incentive or something too. We could.
Yeah. Lauren, were you going to say something?
How about it? Sure. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I like the idea of a regular training. I think if we wanted to do just to like, hey, what are you having issues with? I think like once a month or something might be good for that, because I don't know. I'm just kind of more of I enjoy structure more than just a free for all.
Yeah. No, I do too. But do you think it's like fair to kind of say to people like it's going to be, the team trainings are on Tuesday at 8:00. Can you make that? Like,
no, I think it has to be varied, because people aren't,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's always Tuesday at 8, like, I know like Andrea's like never, ever going to be able to do it to see him. I mean,
Right.
and I know they're posted in the group. I think doing live in the group is fine, because then they stay in the group and it's in there for however long. I guess sometimes they expire now after 30 days, but when you upload it, you can say not to do that.
Because I think even like we could even say it like the beginning of the week. Like, so say if Andrea is going to do a training, but her training is going to be Thursday at 7 p.m. We could say on Sunday, Thursday at 7 p.m. Andrea is going to be going to talk about this.
I
So
think
it gives
that's fine.
people amount of time, because I don't feel like it's really fair to the trainer to be like, oh my God, I have
for
on
sure.
this time at,
Well, and even people who want to watch it, like, okay, like I never can find, I mean, it's not that big of a deal if you're not on live. I mean, you can ask questions and they can get back to you later, but I think that's what I would vote for.
All right. What are we thinking for team trainings? Like, throw out your ideas of what have you heard from your teammates that they need help with?
Booking parties.
Okay, but if we can't,
I
don't know what's happening this month, but it's
yeah.
Whew.
I think it's been hard for everyone. So if we can't book parties, we got to do something else, right? We got to jump the hurdle.
Right. I
Um,
think that that short training that Trinity did on your funnel, and like not chat, it wasn't a funnel for her, the warm and cold and hot market and all that. And she had posted it in Rainmakers, and not everybody's in there. Like that was really, I tried to add everybody. I was like, just come in this group, but don't just ignore it. But it's just so you can see this one video, right? I mean, you don't have to ignore it, but it's just like it's another huge group with a lot of stuff going on. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah, you know what though? I have the Friendly app. I could go into the Rainmakers and probably download the video and upload them,
Heyo.
right?
Yeah,
So
that was
if
a
you
really good one.
guys
I think
find
think
trainings,
there's-
let me know and I can download.
nice.
yeah, because
I
that
think
was,
there's a lot of sorry, go ahead.
sorry, no, the Trinity one was huge.
Okay.
Hot, cold, warm list ones. And even the piggyback parties,
That's
Yeah.
a good one too.
those two.
I think
Alright.
we're getting, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it feels like I'm getting to a point where my market is not expanding as rapidly as it once was.
Here.
And so just getting back to some of those basics, I think is really, I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but I know for
Yeah.
me, it's like, all right, get in your DMs because things are getting quiet.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the business, right?
Right.
You got ups, you got downs. How you gonna bring yourself back up?
Hmm.
Right? You got to get back to basics. Got to get back to, how are you building your network? How, like, you know what I mean? So like,
Yep.
if you look like, so I'll go to Facebook, right? So I'm on Facebook and I'm saying I'm having a hard time booking a party, right? But why don't I just go to my friends list? Okay. How many people do I have on my friends list?
Well, you have a crap.
5,000, right? No, 3,000.
Like 3,000? Okay, Margaret, you should be able to book a party. You better start talking to people.
Yeah. But
Right?
I think,
that's
think
our
a lot
whole
of the time-
business. Our
yeah,
whole business is networking. Make a list of 20, Margaret, and start talking. Start typing real fast, right? Or start using your voice recorder, right? So it's network marketing is networking, right? Building outside of your network. And listen,
Yeah.
you're not
I mean,
always going to be able to book a party, right? So if you can't book a party, what are you going to do?
yeah, I think the networking specific trainings, I know they're out there, but like, honestly, like I don't watch Connect the Dots every day. Like it's
Yeah,
a
it's
lot.
too
And
hard.
like the Elite 300 was a lot. Like it was amazing stuff, but it was just a lot really fast.
Yeah.
So
It's
if we
still
could
up
pick
there,
out
though.
those little gems and have them on the team page, I think that would be good.
Okay, so networking.
Are they leaving that up?
For networking? What's that?
Are they leaving that up?
They're trying to get it onto a website.
Oh, cool.
Shh, didn't hear that from me.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so that'd be good. All right, so on networking specific training, what else? The social media, recruiting, systems,
Running a party.
time management. What are you hearing? What are people having trouble with?
We need, I think,
just the basics. I mean, bonus qualifying. I mean, that's it. And it all stems from talking to people, parties. I mean, I don't know if it's fear or maybe it's something that we need to talk about, how people can get over the fear or how to initiate, how to get the courage to speak to someone. I honestly believe that's a lot of
I
my
think that is huge because
Mhm.
so I've been in sales forever and I so I get a lot of rejection. So it doesn't even bother me anymore, but I will tell you when I started this business and a few of my good friends said no, it really it made me not talk to anyone for a while. So because it felt different than talking to a customer Joe Smith that I have no idea who he is. but I am reading right now, and I don't know if we have to read the book, but I'm gonna challenge my team to do it as well. But I think for them, reading the book might be more beneficial than for me because I've been told no so much. But just go for no with the Ray Higdon one. And because they make it as a challenge that you make a goal to not get ghosted and not get maybes and not get yeses, but to get like 5, 10, 15 no's a day.
Mhm.
So instead of, and I think if you do that, so I'm going to try it.
Well, don't you kind
I
of
just
feel
decided
like,
that today.
I think the problem is people start to connect and they hear the no and then they stop.
Yes.
So they never get
Mhm.
really good at the conversation, right?
Right.
And what like really feels good. They
Mhm.
haven't found that voice yet because they haven't given it enough time for it to
Mhm.
like really develop.
Mhm.
And I think that because like network marketing is just about making connections.
Because it can't be the same conversation with anyone. I mean, the 4 people I recruited a couple months ago, one, I started off with the discount conversation because she bought so much.
Mhm.
And well, first I asked her about the business and she told me no. And then I came back to her and I said, you should, maybe you just want to think about it for the discount. And then, I mean, and then another, so it was different conversations.
Mhm.
And but I think that just comes with confidence and experience that if you're not talking to people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think people are really afraid to make a list. Every time I tell people, make a list of just 10 people, don't even think about it, just make the list. Stop thinking about it, make the list. Do you know how long I have waited for lists to come through? Long time.
Mhm.
Yeah, you told me to make
Yeah.
a list of 10 people and I went, but I don't know 10 people who wanted, you said that you think will join the business. And I was like, I don't know 10 people. And then I just said, oh, well, I'll just write down 10 and just try them.
But now you consistently make a list,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. I'm not very organized. So I go through my messenger and be like, I go through my VIPs and then I go into my friend list.
Right. But you're still connecting because you're still
Yeah.
recruiting.
Yes.
Right. You're not, you can look and say, like, these are the people that I connected with.
Yes.
Okay. That's the biggest difference, right? Do you see that? So people will say, what are you doing? What's your secret? The
Just
secret is that you're
asking.
connecting with people all the time. That's the only secret.
It's a conversation. It's basic conversation, starting a conversation.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so frustrating right now. I think I haven't been in this business very long, and I think I've recruited maybe 13 people or roughly, and they're, oh my gosh. I'm like, to me, it's like, get in this business for a reason. It's not just to have it sit there and not do anything. I mean, let's get going. I can't, I'm just, I mean, I'm in sales. I've been selling for a long time, but I wouldn't join anything or be a part of something that I didn't, wasn't going to commit to. And that, and some of these people, you know, I don't know if they don't feel it or what. We have a weekly meeting every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. And I try to inspire and give them incentives and goals. And
Mhm.
some people, it's just like leading a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I mean, no, I don't know, over half that haven't even bonus qualified yet. And I talk about how important that is. And it's just getting them. I think it's just that initial conversation that they need to step out of their comfort zone. And because when I first started selling real estate, I was scared as crap. I mean, but I'm like, I have to get over myself to be able to be successful. And so it's taken me a long time. And so, you know, I have to meet people where they are and just kind of and do the whole thing. But I'm like, oh, how long is this going to take?
Well, have they done direct sales before, or is this their first go around?
They're first.
Okay, so it might take them a little while because there's, you know, there's steps. But to simplify things, I mean, bonus qualifying is selling 10 buy three, get one packets, right?
Mhm.
Basically, like roughly, you know, for the month,
Yes.
Yeah. That's simple.
right? That's only 10 people that you need to say yes to a buy three, get one.
Mhm.
That's really not a lot. Like if you think about, like in my situation, I have 3,000 people to reach out to. Well, you know what? On May 1st, I better start reaching out so I can get those 10, right? Like I should be starting the conversation right away. And the cool thing is that we have samples. That's the easiest conversation, like, right? But I don't think, and I gotta write, I'm writing all this stuff down. I gotta write that down.
I do think, I mean, I think the parties are just so key to bonus qualifying.
Well,
Because
that's
I
the easiest way.
if I start off a month and I have 2 parties, I'm like, all right, well, bonus qualifies. So what's next? What else do I
Yeah.
want to do this month?
Right. But if somebody
parties are
just
going better
started
than
in
mine.
direct sales, they might not be either willing to
Mhm.
book
I had
parties.
trouble getting parties for sure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, we all do. We all do. Even Lindsay and Coco was saying, who was the party queen, who was doing 20 parties, was having trouble having parties like the last couple of months. Like we all get into a rut, right? So, and it's okay. It's okay to get into one. It totally is. But when you are in one, you really need to step back and say, okay, back to basics, right? Color 10. Maybe we could even take out that book. Color 10.
Yeah.
All right, what are we supposed to be doing here? And maybe filtering that stuff, like maybe I can start to filter that stuff on the team page again too. Like, okay, like I would really, I know everybody has their own separate groups, but I think, you know, we got to get a community kind of rocking and rolling on the team page as well, because it is going to take the pressure off of you leaders as well, right? Like tag your teammates. There's some, you know, bomb just got dropped in the in the group. Go read this, right? So it's not all put on yourself. When we work together, it's going to be easier. So team trainings, how about just once a week? I'll try to get in there maybe once a week for some, like maybe some motivation.
I think, Margaret, you do a great compensation plan training.
Yeah.
And I think,
comp plan.
I mean, that's not the only reason that people join, but man, it's a big one.
Yeah, and I love talking about the comp
Yeah,
plan.
I mean, you're good at it. I was like, okay, let's go. Like, you're very motivating.
Oh, I am like, let's make
another-
some
and
money. Let's go
we're
make
talking
some
about-
money.
We're talking about doing parties, I think. And I'm sure they're out there, but it hasn't been right in front of me, so I haven't seen anything. But you know, like texting and Instagram parties, like I know people are
Okay.
getting tired of Facebook. Giving some like actual, like, here's a training just on this, and not just saying like, oh, well, you can do it here or there or there. Like, okay, what is it?
Okay.
Who's doing it? What does it actually look like? You know, etc.
And I
Okay.
was looking, Margaret, that on our page when I first started, there was and I messaged Michelle, but I haven't heard back. There was a training Michelle Albright did on in-home parties.
Oh yeah, she's got a good one. I'll write it. I'm writing it in my Trello board. Let me see.
course
Yeah,
you
would
are.
you send that to me? Because I wanted to share it with my team. I feel like now that
Michelle's in-person party, the one that she would actually have, like, she would sell the stuff before she even got to the party. Those. She
Oh,
would
I don't-
sell the sets. That one. It's got to be that one.
It wasn't that one. I just remember her saying she had everybody sit down and like fill out the little order thing with their names and everything, and then she said how you put the nail on somebody and then everybody goes ooh, you know, and then they all buy. And it's true, because I did a couple in-home parties when I first started, and when people see it, they really, most of them do buy.
Yeah.
That one of Michelle's though, that's how I did my parties, my live parties, was Michelle's training of having them order their set.
Beforehand.
Yep.
Smart.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I saw one that
So good. It's so good. And
Yeah, it was really good.
that's how I did the majority of my in-person parties.
Yeah, I'll get it for you. It's
Yeah,
it's probably
it's
either
good.
in Michelle's team page or on Kelly's YouTube.
And it was a long, it was
It was a long time ago.
way back.
It was like when we first started, but it's still relevant and it's good.
Yep.
Just
It
add some
probably
wine or
was
martinis.
even before my time then, because the one that I saw was not, like, she didn't pre-sell.
Okay.
I think she had her inventory there, and that's what I always did, was just brought a bunch of inventory, and I had my square, and it was good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
good.
I just feel like I have people on my team who are challenged with technology. So when things open back up in home parties, they'll rock it that way.
Yeah. Basket parties too.
Yeah, one of my girls is rocking it with basket parties right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are people taking baskets? Back to work?
Yeah, she works in an office, so she has one in her office, and then she has some friends who have a
Awesome.
couple. Yeah.
You know what was a good training on that was, remember,
Margie Roark.
who?
Amanda.
Amanda.
Amanda Roark. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's another.
Remember, she was in her bathroom. when
Yeah.
she
Yes.
first Did that. That
And
was-
now it's still there, but she says it's a shorter version. But anyway, I've sent all my team to that, and that's
Okay.
my girl just sent me today all the things that she printed out and that she has in her baskets.
yeah, that's a good one.
Mhm.
And I think she's like $6 from bonus qualifying this month, and it's off her basket party, so
Yeah.
it's working for her.
I think if you can't book a Facebook party, sorry, my hair was like, and you're trying really hard and everybody's saying no and you're getting defeated, it's kind of like, all right, maybe I should call quits and let me think of a new plan.
Mhm.
Maybe I need to, like you said, grab a basket party, try a texting party, try to just make conversations and sell 10 to bonus qualify. Like,
I will tell you guys, I sent a Tupperware container in my husband's backpack to his office 2 years ago.
Ooh. Ooh. My
I was
husband's in the
like,
room
"Here,
and he's
hubby."
like, wait, what?
I was like, Jim, you'll take this to your office and show the girls, right? He was like, sure, I'll put it on my desk. Whatever.
hey, whatever it takes, right? All right, how about
funny.
incentives? What do you think people like for like incentives? Because like I'm always throwing out like a bag or whatever, but like what else would get people excited?
Hoodies.
Money.
Money, cash money. I love Kelly's 4 by the 4th thing, just like a Target gift card or whatever. Like, just I think I love the bag and I love the beat the box. Those are amazing, but it's like it's one
Yeah.
a month. I think if we got some other stuff in there as well, that's
That's what I
a
need. But
a little
what?
more frequently. Yeah, oh,
What
okay.
about
Cash money,
Sorry.
Amazon. I know, sorry.
Yeah,
My
but
bad.
but what are we giving for though? Because it's like I always try to do like book a party, but I'm like, are people even doing it? Like I don't even know if they're doing it. Not that I even care, but I'm like,
You know what? I like the way that what's her name? God, I can't even remember. The chick with the boot camp was like, just send me a list and that's your entry. But if you win, then you have to prove it. Like, I really like that.
yeah.
oh, was that for booking parties?
It was
No,
it was for all the contests she did in that group.
Stacy
Yeah.
Ziegler?
No, it was
No,
in
it was
the
our
other
boot
boot camp,
camp.
not Color Street. The
Emily
Monat chick.
Wilk.
Yeah, Emily.
Emily
Um,
Wilkes or Wilk.
that- yeah.
Non-color boot camp.
in that boot camp in March, like for all the contests she did.
Oh, I'm like,
You could enter it with just like, here's your list of 10 people, but then if you won it, you had to go back and like, okay, here's my screenshots and like prove it to actually win it. So
I remember, was it Kelly like, back in the day when I would always, or even you did it, Margaret. You'd be like, okay, did you book a party? Let me see this. And I
Yeah.
have to shot it for you.
yeah,
Or the
Sometimes-
message of asking someone for a party, asking about
like a
joining,
conversation, like ask 3 people.
yeah.
like, and having them have to snap it to you, give you a screenshot.
Okay.
Yeah, I like those. I like incentivizing some of the baby steps too, not just the big things,
Well,
not just
that's-
BQing.
I want, like action items. That's why I was kind of like book a party, get entered into win. But I kind of even like scaling it back even more.
Yeah.
Maybe samples too, guys.
What
Yeah.
Oh,
about
10. Get your
What
color
about a
chart, I
good
mean.
incentive for
Yeah.
asking someone to join your team and screenshotting like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I've done that
People-
before. You think that will still be?
Yep. Back to basics. I mean, there's nobody that can use more recruits, right? Like,
Yeah,
there's no such thing as too many.
right, right. I was gonna ask something else. Oh, what about if, like they could win, like a training with somebody? Like say, like, would you be excited if like you were like, you could do a 45-minute Zoom call with Michelle Albright and pick her brain? Or you could do a Zoom call with Trinity Hansen and pick her brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know why Trinity is so close to the camera all the time. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I would tell you why, but it would be too cruel.
She's gorgeous, but I'm like, why is she always like this?
Margaret, you can't leave it at that, girl.
I gotta move on.
On Zoom.
I'm horrible. I'm sorry. I should have said that.
No, it's so true. It's like, hey guys. But would that be kind of cool though? Like, would people be excited about that? Like, what do you think?
Mhm.
Because like, I
For
don't know,
sure.
for me, I'd be like, dude, I get to pick blah blah blah's brain. Yeah, I'm in.
Yep.
I'd be writing my list of questions. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of think that would be like a really cool training.
Mhm.
Now, one thing I will say, and I don't know, and I you know, that when I was, before I'm where I'm at now, I always felt like, well, I'll never win that anyway, because,
Yeah.
so I'm fine if you say X rank and above can't win or whatever, but I'm not saying that for everyone here. So I don't want to
Yeah.
speak for everyone.
Oh, wait one second.
So I don't know, maybe there's some things we can be included on, but some things,
Well, I think it's a good, like a new stylist
Better run.
incentive in a way, like. I don't think that's a bad idea.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What'd you say?
Like having, like, if we're at certain levels, not to be able to
Eligible.
win,
Yeah.
you know, or just having like, if you're a new stylist within this month, this is your chance.
I think that's tough because like I had two people who just, I mean, they joined like last
They
2 days
won't.
of March or something. And so like,
Then there'd be April. I mean,
okay, if we say that's, yeah. But
Yeah,
like they
with the
couldn't
first
win the
30 days.
bracelet because,
you do your first 30 days,
yeah.
you know. I
Or your
don't know.
first 35 days. Do you think we should put
Yeah.
something on there for like jump
Yep.
starts?
Yep.
All right.
Because
But
honestly,
they
like
already get jump
starts,
starts.
I wish I was.
Yeah, but how about
more-
if they're like, they're super close to it? Like I had one girl who was like $100 away. She didn't hit it. I was like,
Oh, that sucks.
That stinks.
yeah. But if there was like even a little bit more, like not that we, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that you necessarily need to incentivize it, but just like,
Talk about it.
I don't know, just something. Yeah,
Something.
something. Because you don't know, I mean, you don't know if people's uplines are like
Right.
helping them get there or pushing them to get there, or even
Yeah.
acknowledging that they've made it, you know, like,
Well, how about having a training on it?
yeah.
A training on it and talking about it on the
Yep,
team
yep.
page, you think? Probably, right? Probably both.
I don't know exactly what it would be, but
Like,
Uh-oh,
again, what I'm
everybody's frozen.
saying. All right,
Would
so
that then just kind of be a training on like launch party? Like, is that what that would really look like then?
jump starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like just talking about, well, I would actually talk about more about the recruiting jump starts than like hitting the sales jump starts, because I feel like the recruiting ones are like, you want to get your new stylist to start thinking about recruiting like ASAP. And nobody, I feel like a lot of people don't do that. They talk all about the sales and like nothing about recruiting. They get, we're in network marketing. You know what I mean? And like the whole point in network marketing is to work and have other people join your team. And I think a lot of us get really hung up on sales, sales, sales. But what we should really be doing is recruiting, recruiting, recruiting. Because that's where the big money is. Like if you want to make the FBU money, you need to recruit.
Yeah.
Just saying, like, like, so, if that's like what your goal is to make like the really big money, then you need to recruit and you got to recruit, and it's really important that you get the people underneath you feeling the same way, because it's just going to be faster, right? So if all of us here are on that recruiting bandwagon, think about how fast that is. If I'm just recruiting, that's one person, but if we're all recruiting, then we just got 6. And then those people are going to get 1 and we're going to get another 1. And now we got 12. You know what I mean? Like, talk about the duplication process, right? We got to get these people to think about recruiting like all the time on the brain. So
Yeah.
should I be having recruiting like every single day?
Yeah,
But
there's so
I
much
think
mindset that gets in the way, so it's
I think
tricky.
it's probably more mindset, don't you think, than
And I-
fair? Like, I mean, I can talk about this stuff all day long.
Well, what about
Yeah,
a training on that? I mean,
On what? On fair
on
recruiting
fear
mindset?
mindset, yeah, because and ways to make different ways of how to say things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, but at the same time too, I think it, a little, it is important to not completely, forget about the sales stuff, because remembering that there are just
is your
going to be
business.
people who don't care to recruit. And
Correct.
we still need those people to BQ, to do their numbers, to make their numbers. So,
Absolutely. But I do feel like there's a whole bunch of people that really want to, and they just either don't know how, or they're living in fear. And it was so funny. I've had this emotional guidance scale printout for I don't know how long, like years, right? So it goes 1 through 23. Not that you guys can see it, but do you see where the low frequency is of fear? It's all the way down the bottom.
yeah.
Right? So if you look up at the top, it's joy, appreciation, empowered, and freedom. And where do people land? Way down here.
I've seen
Right?
that. Where's that from?
This on Elevate the Globe, they're on Instagram. They're a little out there, but
Say it again, who it is?
Elevate the Globe. Elevate
Oh,
the
I've
Globe.
seen that. Yeah. Yeah.
They're on Instagram. They're awesome, but like I said, they're a little bit out there. You gotta be open. But think about, and someone mentioned this, they were like, if you're starting conversations and you're down here at this frequency, what do you think people are feeling when you are talking to them? They're feeling this, right? What if you come in feeling empowered, freedom, joy? They're feeling this. You are going to get what you're giving, people, right? You got to raise it up so that you're not feeling fear. You're feeling joy. You're feeling empowered. Like Bar Park is telling you, here, you can make as much money as you want. Take it. Like you got it. Like you can do and make as much money as you want. Not a lot of people can offer you that opportunity. Like, and we have it. So like, spread it out, right? Like that's
Right.
what you should be doing. That is what needs to come out. Like you can hear me, like I'm already getting amped up. Like I'm gonna go message some damn people. Bye. But you feel my energy has totally just shifted, right? Of like it went from here and now my vibration's up here. When I'm like super excited about something, I want to share it. So if you're going to sit down and do those conversations, that's where your level needs to be. And that's what we could talk about.
I've wondered how, if it would be useful. I mean, I know we can't really share, what we're making or things like that. But I feel like, you know, sometimes it might be, I mean, you see the chart of what each rank makes or whatever. But to have more testimonials from stylists even in the page, so that it encourages people to see like what, you know, besides the Nail Boss Lounge, I know there's just so much stuff on Facebook that I don't know what people are seeing. And I've wondered that, like, you know, do they realize how, you know, what I'm making now and what other people are, you know, like what they could be doing if they just ask somebody.
Right.
Two people that I'm like, you need one person to become a team leader. Would you just ask somebody? Just ask.
So how do you think we can do that? Like what you can make in this business? I mean, I guess I could probably make a chart on, because I'm not quite sure, because like they're getting like really tough on sharing, because like we used to share like how much we made. That was in one of the,
I mean, there is that chart already out there. So I don't know if we need to make the chart, or if we just maybe make, if people just, if, you
Yeah,
know,
but,
there's
like,
just more of a testimony, just more testimonials or more
like around that.
stories,
how do
the
you-
stories.
Yeah, like, you know,
Or-
and
Wait, it got all screwy.
Yeah, couldn't hear.
Yeah, what was somebody
but like a range, how much each position makes. And then even like you doing this tonight gives it integrity, gives it, I mean, I reached out to my people tonight to come on but I mean, that has a lot of value. Somebody that's further up speaking, it gives a lot of value to the group and the team, and it inspires. I mean, it's inspiring to me. So I would imagine it'd be inspiring to other people as well, just hearing you speak.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know
and
what? Sorry.
I think us like as leaders, because like sometimes I feel like I get drowned out, like because I was like going onto the team page so often that I feel like it's, oh, here she comes again. What is she gonna say? So I will absolutely. And there's some really good key points that we said tonight that I will absolutely get in and teach on. But I think it'd be awesome to hear from all of you guys, right? Because like you're all in it and you guys are all becoming successful. So like Norma, how the heck did you
Yeah.
recruit 13 people in like 2 months?
Well,
Right?
that's amazing, by the way. I don't think I've recruited that yet. I'm 2 years.
How did that happen?
I just talked to, it's really just talking to people and meet, like I was meeting them where they are, say, laying it out. And I'm just, yeah, you probably noticed, is very matter of fact, point blank, and you know, it's just, I don't know, just me.
No, but I think you're right, no, because I know when I first started, I was just like, dude, you might want to come on, jump on with me. Like, you talk to every single person differently, right? That's how I would talk to my friends,
Yeah.
friends, right? But I'm not going to talk to my neighbor like that, you know,
Right.
or, you know, whatever. But I mean, I hit my war market like you wouldn't believe. And I hit them all. Like I even hit people that I knew or I thought I knew would not join. I was like, screw that. I'm going to ask them too, because you would be extremely surprised at who jumps on or who says, you know what? I was kind of thinking about that. You're like, really? You were on my like scared list. You know what I mean? So,
Topic as follow-up.
follow-ups. Oh, you know what? I actually have a really good presentation on that I was going to share. So maybe I'll do that today, Tuesday.
This is just a couple.
Maybe I'm just going to start it this week, and I'll start off with that follow-up because I have like a nice like presentation. Does that sound good?
Yep.
And then would you guys look at all your schedules and say to me like, or on our group thread, just say, hey, I can talk about, you know, mindset or texting parties or basket parties or whatever you want to talk about. will you just say, I can talk about this and this week works for me? Because if we could get all of us on the team page chatting about this stuff, I think it would be huge. Like we need to get like the community kind of back and running.
Yep. Hey, this is a random idea. Some kind of either maybe just a post in the group. And maybe it could be a monthly thing or just ongoing, but just like creative sale sharing. For anybody who's, you know, not selling, not parties, but it could be maybe it's VIP group, maybe it's like messaging every dude in your contacts list with a really cute Mother's Day option like Norma did and like made a killing. Or it's, you know, making a you know, party link for somebody and acting like you've done them this huge favor and like, oh, here's this, since you ordered, I went ahead and made this for you, like we can keep it open for whatever, and if you have any friends that want to order blah blah blah, just like those kind of like ways to sell or ways to
Like how to do a live
to
sale.
hook people without that are out of the usual
And that, I mean, that really worked when,
everything Norma does, I'm like, I'm writing that down.
no, my client, my real estate clients, I mean, she had ordered from me and her sister had ordered. And I said, well, instead of ordering from me, let me just create a link, a party link for you and you can get rewards for it. And she was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's a great idea. I appreciate you doing that for me. And then next week she's signing on.
Oh, there you go, Noma.
Yeah.
I've done the party links, like, and I have regulars that will say to me now, will you just make a party link for me? I need more. And I'm like, yes, girl. So just throwing that out there to some people, you might have random party links. You know what I mean? Which is great. So, but I'm writing that down because I think I do stuff and then like I don't share it enough. So this is kind of like a great accountability for myself as well. All right.
It would be cool to have for those little things that come up, you know, whenever, and people can just go and like, hey, I did this, and that way it's all in one place, and it doesn't have, not necessarily stuff that needs to be a whole training, just like, hey, I had this one idea and it worked well. Here you go.
Like how they do the graphics page, like
a thread for
like a creative sales thread.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Lauren, like,
I don't know.
And what are ideas that people have when, you know, when you're starting out, maybe you have like 20 or 30 people in your VIP. Do you have like, I mean, I think you need more than that, but I feel like for me, when I had trouble getting parties with my VIP before, I would do either a bulk order or I would do a sale in my VIP.
Yeah.
Or the ABC sale. Is there any other things? I mean, I like the link for somebody who likes the product but doesn't want a party. Anything else?
I mean, like maybe a ladies' night. Is that what you're thinking? Like have it, you know, scheduling VIP like a ladies' night, or
I've done like a spin the wheel.
yeah.
And you can do it like live, like you don't need an exact wheel because you can share your screen. You can
I've
just
done
a wheel like wheel of names,
because that's a good one.
and you can make, you know, whatever you want.
I've done lottery too, a lottery one.
I know Dana does a big bingo thing. I don't really know how it works, but she does a big bingo thing. And then I just lost my train of thought. What about even just telling people how to make an inventory album that they can share? So whether it's with whatever that thing's called.
Yeah.
I'm doing you now.
Or Yoo-Hoo Me or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just did a Yumi
Who. Did I say it all wrong?
But even like I have that, but I haven't really used it, but I've always even just I do a Google album
Oh,
And
that's a good
it's-
idea.
Well,
I
it's
remember
interesting
that.
because
In the COVID days, Jen.
well, and yeah, because then I can, as I go along, I've just uploaded the images, the thumbnails to the Google album. And then I create an album, well, I upload them to Google Images, then I create an album. And if I'm out of something, I can remove it from the album. But then when I get it again, I don't have to go through the process of getting the image again. It's still in my Google Images. I just find it and then add it back to the album. And then I just share the link. Or I've even just posted the link in my group.
This sounds like a team training, Jen.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly
Would
like
you
there,
mind? Like that's another option for people.
Yeah.
Yeah. or even like a series on like inventory options, because there's a bunch of them out there.
Yeah, and I really think it does not really matter which one you have. It's just what you feel.
Yeah, whatever works.
Right.
Yeah. No, mine's all on Facebook, and I do the same thing she
Yeah.
does, but all the thumbnails are just in an album on my phone.
Yeah.
Right.
And even
Just-
like inventory, this is going back to literally like the first couple of months when Michelle and Nellie did a thing together and Nellie did using Evernote,
Oh yeah.
and I still use it. And that's how I keep my inventory. I literally keep it a list.
That could be on our team training, that could be in Nail Republic.
I mean, that's how I don't use any of I just use a list.
Yeah, I mean, these are all great ideas. And now we just need to go implement.
So I did want to ask, or just mention, one of my girls got contacted by compliance today because she posted something to the effect that this is the best way, this is a great way to do self-care during this pandemic. So she was told to take the word pandemic out. Does anybody know where we can find these key things that need to be put in or taken out on posts? Do you know?
Yeah, they had a whole thing on Connect the Dots like a year ago.
Yeah, so she's like in the
Wondering-
last month or two.
Yeah, I'm wondering, let me check on that. I'm writing down compliance because they're really getting.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, oh
Yeah.
God, I
Yeah,
haven't been contacted and I put some stuff up.
yeah, I know. Some of the girls, some of the executives were like, they're getting like slammed for things that they posted in 2018 and 19.
Oh, wow.
What?
Like they're getting told to take it down. So I'm like, I can only imagine what I have out there.
So were there like Facebook elves out there from Color?
There has to be. She posted on Facebook that, and it was just a picture of nails, and it said something to the effect that the easiest,
Yeah.
or one of the best ways for self-care in this
Yeah.
pandemic. And it's just said in this pandemic, not,
Yeah.
Right. I wonder
It's-
how,
it's-
like, who
It's
used it?
direct, it's something to do with like the direct sales companies that are like all getting, like every single one of them. I think Mary Kay is like getting slammed right now. So it's
wow.
not just Color Street, it's all across direct sales. And that's why they were coming hard down on us and with compliance and saying you need to do all of these don't get shut down. So yeah, I'm gonna write that down,
'cause
compliant.
I remember an email saying hashtags that you shouldn't use and things like that. And I've been in the PNP not that long ago, and I don't remember a section on that. And I'm just wondering, like, if
I
there's a
remember them
section I should
posting
be
it.
looking at.
I remember them posting something about that in the official stylist group, but again, this was like
Yeah.
last summer, saying that like you can't have anything about COVID-19 or the pandemic or anything
Yeah.
like that. So,
That's what I said to her. I said,
yeah,
"Oh,"
but it's not. I don't think it's.
and I would have
out there
never
anywhere
remembered to
else.
tell her that when she started, like the last day of March, to be
It's
like, "Oh, by the way."
It goes at a certain level now of financials that they have to watch what's being said. And I think that's why they're, really narrowing down on it, because I do remember the connect the dots, and it was
It was
rather than
a
have a
couple of trainings on it.
yeah.
Yeah, and I've been trying to put an income disclosure much more in my business blessings, but I sometimes forget, and I still don't really know what I'm supposed to put.
Just
Yeah.
go find a Julie Cruz post and
Yeah.
Okay.
copy what she says at the bottom. Not like her actual post, but just like the
Lauren,
stuff at
I
the
think I
bottom
used
about-
one of yours once.
I probably got it from hers because it's the part about depends on your, it's not typical and blah blah. It's just all that crap. It's not like her actual
Usually
Yeah.
this
her
Yeah,
business
it's at the
blessing
very
part of it. Don't do
bottom, and
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Results not typical.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she was
Yeah,
one of the
it's like a
ones that
link.
got slammed.
I didn't want, I'm just listening. I mean, I was talking earlier, but
Yeah, it was a disclosure link that she had put.
There's a link, but then there also is like there's even more verbiage than that. I think the income disclosure is bare minimum, and that's if you're talking about anything that's related to money or insinuating any amount of income or anything like that.
I'm gonna put it in our
as long as you just carry them.
team leader chat, but then I'll put it on the team page.
Thank
Are you
you.
trying me? Not yet. No.
There it is. So that way you guys can just copy and paste. Okay, so we've been on
Oh,
here
no.
for a while. Sorry, I kept you guys on for a long time. Impromptu meeting. Everybody's like, this week or next? I'm like,
No.
this
No.
week.
Oh, okay. What's
All right,
Permission.
so website for Team Swag,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into that. Team trainings every single week on live or on Zoom. And then I'm gonna ask the team what they're having issues with, and I'll put like a couple of things, see what they
Huh?
think. More incentives for action oriented stuff. And then we have a whole list of things that we want to talk about. So I'll get that out to you guys tomorrow on the team, on our little message thread. But if you can think of something that you want to talk about and what week would work for you, can you guys let me know? Because if we could like split this up, it'll be a ton of information going out, but it won't be like overbearing for all of us,
Mhm.
Sound good? Lauren, are you in your new house?
No, we don't move till the end of June.
End of June.
Yep.
Exciting.
So things will, yeah, don't ask me to do anything until July. Well, it's either like before June or not until July. The whole month of June is a wash.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That makes sense.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for joining and giving me all of this information. That's amazing. I'll go on Thursday and I'm going to talk about follow-ups. So I'll do this week, but maybe if we can even start next week. What's today? The 18th. Yeah. Why don't we just get started? I'm all about just starting, clearly.
Yeah, especially if we could start with some of the more like fundamental stuff and then kind of go into the fancier things, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like,
Are
let's
you
start
doing a
off the
training once a
conversations.
week?
Say that again?
Are you going to be doing a training once a week?
Well, no, somebody's going to be doing a training.
She will not be doing a training.
Like, I'm not going to be doing the training, everyone.
And delegate.
Yes, delegate. That's you
Because
got
I
it.
really wonder if people, once a week is it's so hard to get people to do it. But
You mean just like the leaders to come on.
no, I think the leaders will come on.
Yeah. Well,
Well, if someone really wants to build their business, they'll be on.
yeah.
Okay.
Your your business builders will be on. And you know what? It's going to take a little while because we haven't done it in a while. So, but the more we go on, the more people who are going to see it, and then it'll just start to trickle.
What if
Mhm.
we do like an event? If it's our week, like a few days
Yeah.
before, do the event of what
Mhm.
you're going to talk about, and
Because
then
then
that way,
it'll tag everybody.
yeah.
That's a great idea. Thank you, Lauren. That's
And-
perfect.
And another thing too, like, I mean, I've noticed, like, we have a huge amount of people on our teams, but I feel like not everybody's in the group. And I know like I start out my team and say, join this group, Nail
Mhm.
Republic. If you want to learn more, like graphics, and here's other team pages, but like I don't want to
Well,
overwhelm them, so it's like I don't know. I guess if we just reach out to our teammates and make sure that they're
I don't know.
in our group.
Let's check in my bathroom.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I'll admit, I haven't been very active on the team page, and I need to do that better.
Yeah, well, I've taken a break from the team page and I created the damn thing. So it's like, you know what? Though we all go through phases though, and it's just, and that's okay. Like,
But
but
it does help
revive it.
your team.
I mean, if we want
Like,
it to be
if
community,
I'm
we have to.
commenting though, my team will be more likely to see it, and so I should be more active over there.
People are on there on all day Saturday when the shout outs are happening. So they know that's happening. You know what I mean? Now we need to get some like more media stuff in there so that people come back so that they can
No, he does not. He needs to run around.
good, whatever, good content, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
We
it's,
just need to start. And once we get started, I really feel do you know how easy it is to like get the community going? It's pretty easy. Like it's only going to take us like a little bit, and people are going to start to come. They'll come and they'll see.
I totally agree. I mean, especially if we're excited about it, I
Yeah.
believe that's very true.
and I mean, I will admit, for when I started, I came to a bunch of trainings, I stopped,
Mhm.
and then when I was ready to like grow again, I came back on.
Yeah.
And that's when I learned.
Yep.
You had a few meetings that were awesome for me.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, and like we have like more leaders now that are like gung ho and they want to work their businesses. So if we can just get everybody like onto the same page, we can create like some awesome magic. Like, cause we all have amazing content to share. We just have to get on there and share it. And it does not take that long to get onto a team page and share. The lives the training does not have to take long. It can be 15 minutes. I don't like to watch trainings longer than 15 minutes. I'm like, I ain't got time. Like,
Right.
like give me the meat, so that's how I roll. Like, just give me what I'm supposed to know and let's go. Let's rock and roll, and that's what we got to get our team to think about.
Can we put a training for the app?
Oh, yep. Good idea.
And I don't mind doing that one.
Oh, I got your name all over it.
I'll do.
I might
apps
need to
and
watch
pictures
that.
if you really want that.
I don't know what I'm missing in the app, but I need to watch it, I think.
I gotta be honest with you. I haven't even finished the trainings of the app. I'm like, oh my
Neither.
God. Too much. It's like too much. You know what I mean? It's like, it's great. It's awesome that we have all this because, when I first started, there was zilch, I meant. So it's nice to have it, but sometimes you got to stop learning and start implementing, So, all right, training for the app. Lauren, all you, girl, all you. But this will be fun. This would be fun, guys. Let's just get excited for it. And then in your groups, you could say, hey, guys, Lauren Warden's going to be talking about training on the app this Thursday. Don't forget, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And that way that gets people excited,
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, listen, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
I'm
Bedtime.
glad it's not just me. Every day on my lives, I'm like, wait, what is today? I don't know anymore.
Life of an entrepreneur, right? We don't know what day it is, what time
Yeah.
it is.
Is it Friday
Right.
yet?
Right? Yeah,
Amen.
exactly. I need my wine. All right. Well, thank you so much. And then enjoy. Sayonara.
Thank you. Bye.